Welcome to Mile High Reefers. I'm Scott Anderson, and today we're doing the Aqua Medic Minute, the most informative minute of your day, and we're going to talk about Cyphastrea. Now, I've been the head curator of Aqua Medic Live for a few months now, and I've gotten to learn a lot about Cyphastrea. It's one of my favorite corals, but maybe underrepresented in the hobby. So today, I'm going to talk to Chad and Orlando, and we're going to talk about this amazing coral. So Chad, why don't you tell me a little bit about Cyphastrea and its conditions and what it is?
So one of the greatest thing about Cyphastrea is the lighting requirements for it. If you're unfamiliar with Cyphastrea, they come in all sorts of colors and styles, but they require typically pretty low light, so they work really well under ledges. Nano aquariums are a great place for them with lower lights, so that also makes them a great first coral for new hobbyists. They don't have to go out and spend a ton of money on really high-end lights. They can just throw this coral in and it will thrive. It's an encrusting coral, so it will fill in areas that you normally cannot get most other corals to thrive in.
So one of the things I think of right away when I think of Cyphastrea, believe it or not, is a buddy of mine named Joe Savoy. You guys know Joe. And the reason why I think of Joe is because Joe gave me and Joe gave Chad an incredible branching Cyphastrea. What's that?
I said I didn't get any.
Of course, we'll give you a piece. It's still living in Chad's tank, so it's looking amazing in there. And that's just the first thing I think of, even when I see encrusting Cyphastrea or see branching Cyphastrea. But my experience with Cyphastrea is that everything that Chad said, it's easy peasy coral to take care of, low light requirements. It can be a beginner coral. And because of that, I used to sell a lot of those corals to my service accounts that I used to have back in the day. And one of the reasons I do believe that it's misunderstood or probably not as popular as you think it should be is because once you see it at a store, you purchase it, you take it home, or I deliver it to a service account, it has a little bit of a color shift, and it will pale out a little bit. It might the colors will be muted, and most people will have a knee-jerk reaction to want to take that coral out of their aquarium, move it, and then they have a sort of a bad experience with Cyphastrea because they think, well, I bought this beautiful coral, the color shifted, I don't want it anymore. But the key, I think, is to leave it in its spot, make sure your water quality is good, make sure you're not overlighting it, and give it a chance to actually acclimate, and that color shift will leave, and it will become a beautiful, vibrant Cyphastrea.
Now, my experience is the same with the color shift. I've got several pieces, and every piece I've ever owned has color shifted. I've got one under a ledge, started out with a green background, now it's kind of a purplish color background. I had one that I bleached out pretty good that recovered, and then I've also got a branching one that's only gotten brighter. I picked up the branching one at Tropical Pet Oasis, and what's really cool is you can get two different varieties of Cyphastrea. Most of what you're going to see out there is going to be your encrusting variety, but keep an eagle eye out there because the branchings are rare, they're beautiful, and they're a real standout for your tank.
Thank you for joining us today with this Aqua Medic Minute, the most informative minute of your day. See you next time.
Bye. That actually might make the video too.
Really?